This video today was sponsored by Pandemic Win Initiative.
Hey you guys, my name is Lauren.
And I'm Malik.
And welcome back to our YouTube channel.
And here we have for you today, we're going to answer a little Q&A that you guys gave us. So you guys asked some questions about, our wedding. And so yeah, let's get started.
So the first question is, what steps did you guys take to ensure your wedding safety?
So definitely for starters, with the pandemic and all, something we had to do was RSVP. So that way we can have like a seating preference to know like how many people were coming, how many people we had to feed.
And also, what he forgot to mention was the fact that our food was served buffet style. Since we were mixing cultures, my Bahamian food and his soul food, we decided that everybody should have the opportunity to eat what they would like to eat. So we had sanitizing stations for people on the side so that we could avoid contamination of the food and that everybody could have what they specifically desired to eat. Another thing that we did in our RSVP was ask people to provide their vaccination status, whether they were vaccinated, took their first shot, or fully vaccinated, so that we would have an idea of who was vaccinated and who was not vaccinated. We also had people sign waiver forms so that they know the risk of attending our wedding and that if they were to catch COVID at our wedding, we would not be liable.
And then another question that we received was, did you really make people take COVID testing for your wedding?
So the answer to that question, yes, everyone was required to submit either an at-home, a rapid antigen, or a PCR test, which can be found at Walgreens, CVS, and Urgent Care 2 days before our wedding to ensure that nobody who was coming to our wedding tested positive for COVID-19. Our next question is, what was your color scheme?
So, we had to compromise because I have a favorite set of colors and Lauren also has a favorite set of colors. But the colors we came to an agreement on was green, gold, and white.
The next question.
Okay, and then for the next question, we have, what made y'all decide to get married on a beach in Miami?
So that was a hard decision for us because we know indoor weddings can be more intimate, and I would have been able to decorate a little bit more had my wedding been indoors, but it was going to be a little bit more risky due to the fact that it is a confined space. So we decided to have our wedding on the beach in Miami, which was really beautiful to have an outdoor wedding with the colors green, white, and gold. It was a breath of fresh air. The only risk that I had was the fact that, it could have rained, but thankfully it did not.
And I'm from the crib, you feel me? I appreciate that. So, and I love the water.
Another question we got asked was, what did y'all have to eat?
So, you feel me? It's a mix of culture. My Bahamian baby right here. And, I'm from Miami, so soul food. That's all me. So we got to mix in. Something I want to really highlight for me that I love was my macaroni and cheese and baked beans. Phenomenal. We had to make sure, the cuisine from the Bahamas and, had the soul food. But something that really stuck out for me was the baked beans and macaroni. Because I'm forever love baked beans and macaroni.
Who was the MC?
Of course, we had to get a close personal friend of ours. We worked with him from an internship we did back in 2022. My boy Terrell.
Yes,
Real right there. Y'all give him a shout out for me.
Yes.
Yeah, and a challenging thing that we had was multiple dance floors. So we wanted to give the vibe of one dance floor and multiple. He did an amazing job of making us all feel like we were dancing together, even though we had like a couple different dance floors spread out. So gotta give my kudos to him. He did such an amazing job.
He kept the crowd engaged, informed, uptight, but everybody was enough.
Dancing.
But yeah.
Mm-hmm. So another question is,
We heard y'all caught COVID-19. Is that true?
So a real reason why we wanted people to RSVP was so that we could have a list of people who attended our wedding for contact tracing purposes. So it was confirmed that somebody who was at our wedding caught COVID-19, but we were able to go back to that list and contact everybody and let them know that they could have possibly been exposed to COVID-19 and that they should go and get tested to confirm whether they were negative or positive. Me and my husband did not catch COVID-19 because we were not directly exposed to the person, and that was the only case that we found at our wedding of persons who caught COVID-19.
Which follows up to our next question. Did anyone show up unexpected? And the answer to this question is yes, because we sent out the RSVP link, it was essential to read the fine print, which said it was mandatory to fill out, so we was able to give that traceback information so we can make sure everybody knew who like where it came from and how they got it. Some people did show up, but fortunately and sadly, we had to turn them away because, out of respect to people that we did bring in for such like a close proximity, we had to make sure that their safety was ensured along with like we celebrated how we could, and we had to unfortunately turn those people away who didn't, RSVP when they showed up.
Yes, because an important part of the RSVP was people providing their vaccination status, as well as providing us with the COVID test 2 days before. So if you didn't RSVP and you didn't provide your vaccination status or your negative COVID-19 test, we couldn't allow you in because that would be risking the health of everybody else who attended our wedding and did the steps the way that they should, even though it was a lot of our family members who were really close to us who we did have to turn away.
Exactly.
So the next question was it enjoyable?
Boy, we had a time last night. Listen, let me tell you. I don't know if y'all noticed, but I currently don't have my glasses on. That's because, let's just say, I don't remember what happened that night, but I know I got lit. Currently in the process of ordering me some new glasses, but it definitely was enjoyable, in my opinion.
Yeah, in my opinion, we had a great time, even though it was COVID-19, last night we partied till the sun went down, like we had an amazing time, even though, we had to be kind of social distance, even though, there were some protocols that had to be followed that weren't in the ordinary, we were still able to have an amazing time and make the best out of the situation that we were placed into. So I would give my wedding a 10 out of 10, no regrets, I had an amazing time. And I would definitely do it again or recommend somebody else to do their wedding in this style of manner. So.
And now the next question is, how did we come up with these guidelines and protocols for our wedding? Which leads us to the Pandemic Win Initiative, which provided us the brochure and pamphlet and flyers that let us know how to go about assessing the situation and how to go about making sure we had a successful, enjoyable wedding.
So, throughout this video, we gave you all of these scenarios, but we are Pandemic Win, and our goal is to showcase how, as a people, we are adapting to the pandemic and also to translate the science of COVID-19 to an understandable way where individuals and businesses can stay informed and make decisions based on this information. So this video was meant to highlight some of the things that you can do at your wedding, to prevent the spread of COVID-19 throughout your loved ones and your family members, and to stay safe in this time, but also have fun like we all want to do. My name is Lauren.
And I'm Malik, and we are Pandemic Win Initiative.
You can follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook at Pandemic Win.
To stay up to date with your COVID needs. Thank you, and have a great day.
Bye, have a great time.